In this really rather useful video, we're going to be looking at the process, timing and costs of buying a property. Armed with your agreement in principle and a clear understanding of what you can borrow and what that looks like in terms of costs, you can go shopping. Now remember, the estate agent that you're dealing with is there to represent the seller, not you. And at this point, they're likely to encourage you to use their mortgage advisor and their preferred conveyancer, but you're under no obligation to do so. When you've agreed the price for the property, it will be marked as sold, subject to contract. Now this is just a gentleman's agreement between both parties, and either party can walk away from the transaction, so it's important that we get you to exchange of contracts as quickly as we can. So once you've agreed the sale, get back in contact with your mortgage advisor so that we can get the application underway. Once your application's been submitted to the mortgage company, they'll do three things. Firstly, they'll update their credit report to make sure nothing's changed since the agreement in principle. They'll validate your income and your expenditure. And finally, they'll instruct their own survey. Now, the survey is there for two purposes. Firstly, to give a valuation of the property and confirm it's worth what you're paying for it. And secondly, to confirm that it's suitable security for the bank. Once all these are satisfied, the mortgage company will issue you with their offer. Now that we know that the valuation has been accepted by the mortgage company, you can spend the money on your own home buyers or structural survey report as appropriate. One copy of your mortgage offer, along with the mortgage company's instructions, have been sent to your conveyancer. Now your conveyancer has two jobs in this transaction. Firstly, to report to you the property you're buying is what we call free of encumbrances. And secondly, to record the mortgage company's interest in that property. Your conveyancer will liaise with the seller's conveyancer and other bodies and agencies like the Land Registry and local authorities and gather all the information that they need to report to you on the title. When your solicitor is happy with everything, you will exchange contracts, and this is the point that everybody is bound to the contract, and you need to make sure things like life insurance is in place. Completion can take place a week, days, months after you've exchanged contracts, but it's generally agreed up front unless you're buying a new build. On the day of completion, the property becomes yours. There are many moving parts to this process, as you can see, and therefore it can take some time. To give you some idea, between application and mortgage offer typically is 2 to 3 weeks, with a further 8 to 10 weeks for your conveyancer to tidy up their paperwork. So overall, you would anticipate moving into your property around 3 months after the point your application's been made. This is average, some can be quicker, some can be slower. Next, let's look at the fees and the costs that you're going to incur along the journey. Now, potentially, if you're buying a new build or a shared ownership property, the agent may ask for a reservation fee or a booking fee at the point that the sale is agreed. At the point that you go to apply for your mortgage, it may be necessary to pay a valuation fee. Often, products have fees associated with them, and if you're not adding them to the loan, you'll need to pay this fee at this point. Your solicitor will ask for part payment upon instruction, typically around £300 for them to start work for you. And if you're having your own survey completed, you'll be paying for this at some point between mortgage offer and exchange of contracts. Upon exchange of contracts, you'll need to provide to your solicitor the balance of the deposit money for the purchase, savings or cash to cover your stamp duty and to cover their fees and disbursements. And then finally, a day or two after completion, we'll ask you to pay our fee for our services. And that's the process, going from agreement in principle through to owning your own home. We hope you found our video really rather useful. If you'd like to learn some more, please visit our YouTube channel where we have videos on other topics. If there's anything we can do for you, please get in contact.